Hi everybody, my name is Andrea González Caballero, and today I will talk about one of the most known pieces by Francisco Tárrega, the Spanish composer, and this piece is Maria Gavota. The character of the piece is a dance, of course, and we can say it is a delicate dance, nothing very fast. I would say it's more a moderate dance. If we have to talk about the style, I have to talk also about Francisco Tárrega. The composer was in the Romantic period, so the piece, we don't know exactly when it was composed, but for sure at the end of the 19th century, between 1880 and 1900 something. This is a short piece, like most of the pieces that Francisco Tárrega composed, so it is a very intimate piece. We don't have to find something big, something bright and explosive in this piece. We have to focus more in an intimate atmosphere. And for example, I remember that Francisco Tárrega was also a guitarist, and he didn't have nails. So the sound of his guitar playing and his guitar wasn't similar to the playing of nowadays, because most of us, we play with nails. So it changes completely the character and the sound of the music. So if we focus more in Tárrega's style, we should also look for some warm sounds that we can get more in this area of the guitar instead of going here. And we can also find it by looking for the right fingerings. In the Romantic period, and especially with Tárrega and these composers, if we are looking for fingerings in the piece, we can look more to the fingerings that are going in this direction of the guitar. I mean, if we have a melody, we can try to play the whole melody in the same string, or if it's not possible, we can look for the best fingerings that are very close to each other. I mean, I wouldn't play a fingering that starts here and I jump to this bar here, because it is not completely the character and the style of Francisco Tárrega. So that's why he also adds a lot of glissandi and second strings and third strings in the pieces. I said at the beginning that this piece is a gavota, so it is a dance, a French dance. It is important to follow the beat, especially in the beginning of the piece, in the first part, because it's the most rhythmical part of the piece. The second one has another character. It's more free and has more the idea of the question and answer, and we have to look more for contrasting sounds. But the first part is more rhythmical and belongs to the gavota style. I will show you later how the composer adds some bases in order to give us the information that here is the beat of the piece. If we listen to the first measures of the piece, we can see three clear elements. The first one is the melody on the top of it, the accompaniment in the middle voices, and the bass. The bass helps us to follow the beat that I mentioned before, and the melody, it's a tricky thing because the melody sometimes is combined with a chord, and we don't have to lose the sense of where we are going, because sometimes when we add a chord with the melody in between, we focus on putting an accent there, and sometimes it doesn't have an accent, and it breaks the line of the melody. So we have to be careful with this and see how could we work on getting a fluid melody without breaks and very well connected. So if I start here, the first measures, the melody should sound like happens when we have the chords in between. For example, the first one is here. Most of the time, in my case, I play the melody with the 8th finger, so I put more attention on this finger in order to get the correct balance of the chords and don't break the melody. For example, here, the first one, the first B, and the second one with the bass should be kind of equal and not, for example, you see the difference between putting an accent in the melody with the chord and just with the bass. So I will be careful with these things in order to get an equal melody. And here the same. In this case, we have the melody with the M finger that starts with the F. And we have to see where the line is going, starting with the F and resolving with the A. So be careful when you have to switch the melody and from finger M to A, because it has to be very well balanced. If we continue, we have these elements. Most of the times that I have a group of 4 notes and the first two have a slur, like this, I usually, not always, but I usually try to play them with the I finger because it gives them like an impulse. It's not an accent because it doesn't mean that playing apoyado has to be more forte or has an extra accent on the music. It's just that you have to give an impulse to the group of these notes. Then when we have an accent, then we have to play the accent, in this case with the chord, but it should be like